Hey guys, Dennis here, and I hope you guys are enjoying your break. Here is a special video where I list off my worst 5 movies of 2014. 2014 actually was a really good year for movies, but I didn't see too many clunkers, but there was these few that really stood out for me. At number 5 was Transcendence. This movie actually had a lot of good things going for it. You had a great cast with Johnny Depp, Rebecca Hall, Morgan Freeman, Paul Bettany, and it also had a kind of a cool concept. It was the directorial debut of Wally Pfister, who is Chris Nolan's cinematographer. He's shot all Chris Nolan's movies except for Interstellar. I remember watching the trailer and thinking, wow, like he's really trying to go for it ambitiously. In terms of the concept and the story, but I thought this is either going to be really awesome or it's going to fall really flat, and unfortunately it was the latter. I remember watching it in the theater and being so bored that I had to lift the armrest next to me and just lie down and take a little nap because I really wasn't missing anything. Number 4, I, Frankenstein. This is from the producers and I think the creator of the Underworld series, which I actually enjoy. Unfortunately for me, this one, just there was nothing to it. It didn't have the fun or the mythology that Underworld had. And sorry, but I'm just not gonna buy Aaron Eckhart as the Frankenstein's monster, especially because like he has like a few like faded scars on him, and like there's a scene in the movie where he goes through a club and everyone looks at him and is just like, oh my god, oh he's so ugly and monstrous. But really in reality, if that same guy, even with those faded scars, went into a club, he probably could sleep with almost anyone there. And just, yeah, the rest of it was just kind of silly. I just didn't care for the dialogue or the story. I mean, it could have been something at least fun, but it didn't work for me. All right, number 3, Vampire Academy. I'm pretty sure almost none of you guys saw this movie. I had mixed feelings going into it. I mean, it looked bad. The trailer looked bad. It was another vampire movie, but it was being directed by Mark Waters, who directed Mean Girls, which I found to be very funny. Also, his brother, Daniel Waters, was doing the script, and he had done Heather, so I thought there was going to be kind of darker tone, maybe snarky humor to this, but oh man, it did not work. Everything was so cliche. The characters were cliche. The dialogue was bad. It's one of those things that like I was in the theater. I'm not sure if this has ever happened to me before, but I was literally the only person in there, and now I know why. At number 2, Pompeii. This movie sounded terrible from the beginning. It's a love story that's set around a disaster, kind of like Titanic or Pearl Harbor. And the main reason I watched it is because Kit Harington, who plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones, was the lead. I just kind of wanted to see how he would do at that. You had Kiefer Sutherland, who was just like totally out of place. Like you didn't buy him in that era. Like everyone else has like these British accents, but oh man. And then yeah, there was like some scenes that I actually thought could have been good, like the arena fight scene, but it was PG-13, so like you didn't get that the rawness, like you didn't get that action like you would see in like a Gladiator or even a Spartacus, the television show. And yeah, it was just really, really silly, and yeah, I didn't care for it at all. And number 1, Transformers: Age of Extinction. You guys all know, if you've watched AMC Movie Talk, how I feel about this movie. It's not even just the worst movie of 2014. It's one of the worst movies I've seen in a long, long time. And it's a whole bunch of things, you know. There's just like, the characters are terrible. The plot is incoherent. It's a mess. The characters are terrible. The dialogue is horrible. I mean, how can you forget the Romeo and Juliet scene in there? And quite frankly, some people are like, well, Dennis, you can just turn off your brain and just enjoy it. Well, I actually do that for movies. There's like a list of movies that I've watched that basically have no real plot, and they aren't really good character studies, but they're just fun action movies. This year, John Wick was one of them. The Equalizer. In past years, Expendables 2, The Losers, The Rundown, and many other movies. With this movie, I didn't even enjoy the action. I honestly, like most people are like, well, you could just admire the action. It's like, no, not really, because the movie doesn't have any tension. There's no weight to the scenes. The way everything's constructed doesn't work. It's not fun. Like, it's just little like visual effect scenes of some sort of action here, a few 5 or 6 seconds, and they cut to another scene over here, 5 or 6 seconds of action, and they cut to. They don't really Bay doesn't really construct an actual sequence to build up the tension and make you excited or at least think it's fun. I just and how can you forget about the product placement in this movie? I mean, the Bud Light sequence alone, like I've never seen product placement so blatant and so terrible before. Yeah, just for me, this movie is a total miss. I don't know if I would even call it a movie because it's just kind of a bunch of sequences kind of pasted together for no reason. Like why are they going to China? Why are they in Hong Kong? Why is this character doing this? Why are they doing that? It just doesn't make any sense. And it was absolutely my #1 worst movie of the year. So that's it. That's my top 5 list. You can the recap of it is at number 5, Transcendence. Number 4, I, Frankenstein. Number 3, Vampire Academy. Number 2, Pompeii. And number 1, Transformers: Age of Extinction. So that's my list. Let me know what you think. What are your worst 5 movies of 2014? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm sure there's a lot of people that are probably on my side about certain ones and then other ones you just totally disagree, but that's fine. You can post your comments below on our YouTube video here. Make sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/AMC Theaters. You can find me on Twitter @ThinkHero or on Instagram Dennis.tzng, and I hope you guys are having a good holiday season.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC Movie Talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.